Most web developers think they know CSS until they're hit with a high-stakes technical interview. Question about specificity or the box model. Are you ready to prove your expertise? In this video, we will cover CSS interview questions and answers, ultimate CSS MCQ practice test. Master your next front-end interview with these 30 essential CSS questions. In this video, we cover 30 comprehensive CSS multiple-choice questions designed to mirror actual interview scenarios, covering everything from Flexbox and grid to pseudo-classes and performance optimization. Before we dive in, make sure to subscribe for more web development career prep. Which of the following selector combinations has the highest specificity? Option A, div, container p. Option B, hash main dash content. Option C, body div hash main dash content. Option D, div, header.nav item. The correct answer is C. Specificity is calculated using a weighted system. IDs count as 100. Classes, pseudo-classes count as 10. And elements count as 1. Option A has 1 class and 2 elements. 12. Option B has 1 ID. 100. Option C has 1 ID and 2 elements. 102. Option D has 2 classes and 1 element. 21. Therefore, option C wins because it combines an ID with additional element selectors. If an element has box sizing, border box, a width of 200 px, padding of 20 px, and a border of 5 px, what is the total rendered width? Option A, 250 px. Option B, 225 px. Option C, 200 px. Option D, 150 px. The correct answer is C. With box sizing, border box, the width and height properties include the content, padding, and border, unlike the default content box, where padding and borders are added to the width. Border box absorbs them into the defined 200 px. This makes layout math much simpler for developers. What does flex grow 2 feet signify for a flex item? Option A, the item will be twice as large as its initial size. Option B, the item will take up twice as much remaining free space as an item with flex grow. 1. Option C, the item will grow to 200% of the container width. Option D, the item will have a fixed size of 2 rem. The correct answer is B. The flex grow property defines the ability for a flex item to grow if necessary. It dictates what amount of the available space inside the flex container the item should take up. Relative to the other flex items, it is a proportional value, not an absolute unit. Which position value removes an element from the normal document flow and positions it relative to its nearest positioned ancestor? Option A, relative. Option B, absolute. Option C, fixed. Option D, static. The correct answer is B. Position absolute takes the element out of the normal document flow, meaning no space is created for the element in the page layout. It is positioned relative to its closest ancestor that has a position other than static. If no such ancestor exists, it uses the document body. In CSS Grid, what is the effect of grid template columns? Repeat, autofill, min-max, 200 px, 1 fr. Option A, it creates exactly one column of 200 px. Option B, It creates as many columns as possible that are at least 200 px wide, filling the remaining space. Option C. It forces all columns to be exactly 200 px and ignores the 1fr. Option D. It creates a grid with 200 columns. The correct answer is B. This is a powerful responsive design technique. Autofill tells the grid to create as many tracks as will fit in the container. Min-max 200 px 1fr ensures each column is at least 200 px wide but can expand to fill equal parts of the remaining space. 1fr if available. Which CSS unit is relative to the font size of the root element, usually less than HTML greater than? Option A, M. Option B, VH. Option C, REM. Option D, PX. The correct answer is C. The REM unit stands for root M. While M is relative to the font size of its direct parent, REM is always relative to the root font size. This is preferred for accessibility and consistent scaling across a website. What is the primary difference between display, none, and visibility, hidden? Option A, none. They function identically. Option B, display. None removes the element from the DOM. Visibility. Hidden does not. Option C. Display. None removes the element from the layout flow. Visibility. Hidden hides it but keeps its space. Option D. Visibility. Hidden is faster for performance. The correct answer is C. Display. None effectively removes the element from the page layout as if it didn't exist. Visibility. Hidden makes the element invisible, but the space it occupies remains blank and intact, affecting the surrounding layout. Which property is typically not inherited by child elements by default? Option A, color. Option B, font family. Option C, line height. Option D, border. The correct answer is D. In CSS, typography-related properties, color, font, line height, text align, are generally inherited. Layout-related properties, such as borders, margins, padding, and background, are not inherited because it would cause chaotic visual styles if every child automatically had the parent's border. Which CSS pseudo-element is used to insert content before the content of an element? Option A, before. Option B, before content. Option C, after. Option D, first child. The correct answer is A. The before pseudo-element creates a pseudo-element that is the first child of the selected element. It is often used to add decorative content using the content property without adding extra HTML markup. Note the double colon notation, which is the modern standard for pseudo-elements. Why might a z-index of 9999 not place an element on top of another element with a z-index of 1? Option A. Z-index only goes up to 1000. Option B. The elements are in different stacking contexts. Option C. The element with z-index 9999 has a display of block. Option D. Z-index only works on images. The correct answer is B. Z-index is relative to the stacking context. If an element's parent creates a new stacking context, e.g., via opacity less than 1, transform, or position, relative with z-index. Then the z-index of children is only relevant within that parent. A child with z-index 9999 inside a low stack cannot jump in front of a high stack. Which property is used to ensure a background image does not repeat? Option A, background fixed. Option B, background no repeat. Option C, background repeat, no repeat. Option D, image repeat, none. The correct answer is C. By default, background images repeat both horizontally and vertically. To prevent this, you must set the background repeat property to no repeat. Other options include repeat X or repeat Y. Which of these is a valid transition timing function value? Option A, slow-mo. Option B, ease in out. Option C, fast to slow. Option D, bounce. The correct answer is B. The transition timing function property specifies the speed curve of the transition effect. Ease in out is a standard value that starts the transition slowly, speeds up in the middle, and ends slowly. What does the A plus B adjacent sibling selector target? Option A, every B element that follows an A element. Option B, an element B that is the first child of A. Option C, an element B that immediately follows element A. Option D, all B elements inside of A. The correct answer is C. The plus combinator is the adjacent sibling selector. It matches the second element, B, only if it immediately follows the first element, A, and both are children of the same parent element. Which property is used to align flex items along the main axis? Option A, align items. Option B, justify content. Option C, align content. Option D, justify items. The correct answer is B. In Flexbox, justify content aligns items along the main axis. Horizontal by default if flex direction is row. Align items is used for the cross-axis. Vertical. Which media query feature is used to check the ratio of the width to the height of the viewport? Option A, resolution. Option B, aspect ratio. Option C, orientation. Option D, device pixel ratio. The correct answer is B. The aspect ratio media feature is used to target devices based on the width to height ratio of the viewport. This is useful for adjusting layouts for cinematic displays or square screens. What does the A stand for in RGBA color values? Option A, alpha. Option B, aspect. Option C, adjustment. Option D, array. The correct answer is A. RGBA stands for red, green, blue, and alpha. The alpha channel specifies the opacity of the color, ranging from 0.0, fully transparent, to 1.0, fully opaque. Which property is used to change the capitalization of text? Option A, font style. Option B, text transform. Option C, text decoration. Option D, font variant. The correct answer is B. The text transform property controls the capitalization of text. Values include uppercase, lowercase, and capitalize, which capitalizes the first letter of each word. To repeat a CSS animation indefinitely, which value is used for animation iteration count? Option A, infinite. Option B, loop. Option C, 0. Option D, forever. The correct answer is A. The animation iteration count property specifies how many times an animation should be played. Setting it to infinite ensures the animation never stops. What is targeted by the selector, div, not active? Option A, divs with the class, active. Option B, every element except for divs. Option C, all div elements that do not have the class active. Option D, div elements that are children of an inactive element. The correct answer is C. The not pseudo-class is a negation selector. It matches elements that do not match the selector provided in the parentheses. In this case, it finds all less than div greater than elements but excludes those with the active class. What happens when you apply margin 0 auto to a block level element with a fixed width? Option A, it moves to the top left corner. Option B, it centers the element horizontally within its container. Option C, it adds 0 margin to the left and auto to the right. Option D, it stretches the element to 100% width. The correct answer is B. Setting vertical margins to 0 and horizontal margins to auto tells the browser to split the available space in the parent container equally on both sides of the element, effectively centering it. How do you define a global CSS variable? Option A, at var main color, #FFF. Option B, root main color, #FFF. Closing curly bracket. Option C, body $main color, #FFF. Closing curly bracket. Option D, var main color, #FFF. The correct answer is B. Custom properties, variables, are defined using the prefix. To make them global, they are usually declared within the root pseudo-class, which represents the less than HTML greater than element and has the highest level of scope. Which property defines the size of the gap between grid rows? Option A, grid row gap. Option B, row spacing. Option C, gutter row. Option D, row gap. The correct answer is D. While grid row gap was the original property, the modern CSS standard has shortened it to just row gap. Part of the box alignment module, which also works for Flexbox. Which property value allows a scrollbar to appear only if the content exceeds the elements? Container? Option A, scroll. Option B, hidden. Option C, auto. Option D, visible. The correct answer is C. Overflow. Scroll always shows a scrollbar, even if content fits. Overflow. Auto is smarter. It only displays scrollbars when the content is actually overflowing the box's dimensions. What is the behavior of position? Sticky. Option A, it acts like fixed, but only within the viewport. Option B, It behaves like relative until it reaches a specified threshold, then acts like fixed. Option C. It sticks to the absolute bottom of the document. Option D. It prevents any scrolling for that specific element. The correct answer is B. Sticky positioning is a hybrid of relative and fixed positioning. The element is treated as relative until it crosses a specified threshold, like top 0, within its scroll container, at which point it sticks in place until its parent container leaves the viewport. What is the default value of the flex direction property? Option A, column. Option B, row reverse. Option C, row. Option D, stacked. The correct answer is C. By default, a flex container lays out its children in a horizontal line from left to right. In LTR languages, this corresponds to the value row. Which selector targets all less than p greater than elements that are direct children of a less than div greater than? Option A, div page. Option B, div greater than pages. Option C, div plus pages. Option D, div tilde p. The correct answer is B. The greater than combinator is the child selector. It selects only the elements that are immediate children of the parent. The space combinator, div p, would select all descendants, including grandchildren. Which property is used to specify the space between lines of text? Option A, letter spacing. Option B, word spacing. Option C, line height. Option D, text indent. The correct answer is C. Line height determines the amount of space above and below inline elements. It is commonly used to improve readability by increasing the vertical distance between lines of text. Which object fit value ensures an image fills the entire box, even if it has to be cropped? Option A, contain. Option B, fill. Option C, cover. Option D, none. The correct answer is C. Object fit. Cover resizes the image to maintain its aspect ratio while filling the element's entire content box. If the object's aspect ratio doesn't match the box, the image will be clipped to fit. Which selector targets an less than a greater than tag whose href attribute starts with HTTPS? Option A. href caret equals HTTPS. Option B. href dollar equals HTTPS. Option C. href asterisk equals HTTPS. Option D. href equals HTTPS. The correct answer is A. The caret equals attribute selector matches elements whose attribute value begins with the specified string. Dollar equals is for, ends with, and asterisk equals is for, contains. Which CSS property can be used to hint to the browser that an element will change? Allowing for optimizations? Option A, will change. Option B, optimize layout. Option C, render hint. Option D, transform style. The correct answer is A. The will change property provides a way for authors to hint to browsers about what kind of changes to expect for an element, so that the browser can set up appropriate optimizations ahead of time. like putting the element on its own compositor layer. That wraps up our 30-question CSS deep dive. How many did you get right? Let us know your score in the comments. If you found this helpful, hit the like button and subscribe for more technical interview preparation. If you want the full practice exam experience with hundreds of questions, check out the link in the description below.